Welcome to Nattys Crafts. I'm Natalie. I always do all the crafting. And today we're going to work on projects for over my fireplace. I have the sign that I made for Valentine's Day that I believe is year-round. You can keep it up year-round, and I have it still up, and it's May. But I'm going to replace it because it's been there now for a couple months. So time to replace it. So that's what we're going to do today. So I sure hope that you would go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, and then make sure to subscribe. Whenever you subscribe, you should hit that bell so that you know when the next video comes out. So I think that's all the YouTube rules that I need you to follow. So go ahead and follow those rules, and let's go ahead and go take a look. All right, here's what we're going to start with. Some wall decor. I'm going to put it over my fireplace. And my plan was to use the wired jute cord. However, somehow I picked this up and it's not wired. It is just like a rattan type material. So it's thick, which is what I liked about it and why I'm still using it. But it has absolutely no structure to it. So it's going to require some hot glue, which I wasn't planning on doing, but no problem. I can use hot glue. Use hot glue on everything else. Why not? So right here, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of shape I want. I want it to be very abstract, no like actual circles and squares and all that, just very random, no pattern to it, just random. That's what I like, is random. So I'm just trying to figure out how long I need this piece to be, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it off at whatever length I decided on. And I should have made this bigger, but didn't, so that's okay, next time maybe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it off with a little loop here. And I'm just going to hot glue that so it at least stays somewhat in the shape that I'm wanting. And then basically, again, just figuring out the shape that I'm going to want and adding just hot glue to random spots where I think it's needed. I want to do as little hot glue as possible, however. And then I'm going back. Now this is the wire jute cord. It's a darker color, which I like better. And this is what I'm going to use to actually create the shape and just attach it to that lighter piece that doesn't have the wire in it. So you can see this one, as I'm bending it, it's actually staying because it's wired. And then I had cut some pieces off too short, so I'm just going to loop them back together, and that's fine for me. It looks fine. I can't tell. And the main thing here is just coming up with the size that you want. It will end up smaller than what you think, so make it bigger is my best suggestion. Because this one that I made is too small for my fireplace, and it wasn't tall enough either. So I did end up going back and adding more to it. But I like the structure of it. I like that it was just very random, just loops here and there. So I'm going to add a little loop at the top, and this is where it's going to hang from. So I'm just adding another piece of the jute cord up there, or the wired jute. And then just going to do some last minute gluing of any spots that just need a little bit of help so that it doesn't just hang. And that's it. Maybe too random for some of you, but I love that it's very 3D because it is actually sticking out from the wall. It's not a flat piece of art. I love that. And I love that you just don't know what it is. Like, what is it? It's just weird. I love it. And then we have the next piece I'm going to make. This one is just going to be a little bit more basic. So a floral piece, basically. This was, I guess that's eucalyptus because it smells like eucalyptus. It smells delightful. And this was from Home Goods. So I just bought these bundles. I bought the eucalyptus bundle that was navy from Home Goods. I bought the grassy looking bundles from Hobby Lobby's clearance section. I believe it was $4.49. The eucalyptus bundles were, I believe, $14.99. So it's a little bit more pricey of a piece, but it does look good, so I guess that's what matters. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want it to lay. I'm just trying to fluff everything up a little bit. And then I'm going to end up tying the pieces together. And it came with a, oh, I don't know what you call it. You know, the thing that comes on bread. I don't know what that tie is that you call on bread, that is on bread. That's what it came with. So that's what I'm using, because it's just a tan color. So that's what I'm using to tie that bundle together. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now this is the other side, so it has to go the other direction and has to look just a little bit different so that it looks like it goes on the other side. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. But I'm basically just doing the same thing again on the other side. Fluffing it up a bit, making it look a little bit more alive. And then this side, I didn't have that other piece. So this side, I decided to use rubber band. So that's what I was doing there. And then I'm going to tie these two pieces together. So I started out with some jute twine. Jute twine, does that make sense? No. I started out with some jute cord and am just going to tie that around a couple times to make it secure. And I tied a pretty sturdy knot in the back there. This is the back of the piece, so that's where all of the ugliness can go. Then I'm going to use this Dollar Tree floral wire, and I'm going to wrap it around a whole bunch of times, just to make sure that it stays in place. I don't want pieces falling off. I don't want it to hang weird. I want it to be very strong so I don't have to worry about it. I don't like stuff that falls apart, so everything I make it's got to be able to stay in place. So I'm using a bunch of that Dollar Tree wire and then just going to tie it off basically in the back. Although tying isn't the right word. Twisting perhaps is the right word. And then to cover some of that up, I'm going to use some burlap ribbon. Now this was the very last piece of burlap ribbon that I had. Somehow I thought I had much more, but I didn't. And so I had to make do and make that little tiny bow. I wish the bow were about 3 times as large, but it's not, so it is what it is. And what I was pointing at there was the cord that I'm going to use to hang it from. It's just costume jewelry that I got from an estate sale, or actually it was a church sale once upon a time. And so I'm going to use that to use as a hanger for this piece. And that's it. Simple as that. Quick 5 easy craft for over your fireplace. And it's nice and large, so it does cover the whole wall. I sure wish my fireplace was not this ugly brown color, but it is, so I'm going to have to live with it for now until I paint it. And I really like this piece. It's large. I don't like that bow. It's got to be bigger, so I do have to go back to change that. But everything else I really like about it. I love the navy, so I love it. And I thank you so much for stopping by Nattys Crafts today. I sure hope you can give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe. And remember, whenever you subscribe, you should hit the bell so that you know when the next video comes out. Again, thanks so much for stopping by. I sure hope that you'll appreciate today, as tomorrow is never promised. And y'all have a great one.